my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, we're going to be going back to doing something we haven't done in a little while, and that is a cargo run. So, I think what I'm going to do is upload a video of at least doing each captain to a 5-win cargo run, just to sort of demonstrate and sort of show you how it goes, have a bit of fun with it, and see how many ridiculous combos we can put up. So we've mostly been focusing on PvP, but I want to try something a little bit different, have a little bit of variety on the channel, so we're going to go straight into a cargo run. Now, because I'm wanting to do one with each of the captains, I think what I'm going to do is just start with what is generally considered to be the easiest one, and that's Zax Cargo. So, with Zax, the thing to bear in mind is that the AI overvalues killing his mines, so you could almost cheese it a little bit and, you know, just make the game a little bit easier for yourself by placing mines down, saves you a lot of life total. I believe they also do a similar sort of thing with Astra's mines as well. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just sort of seeing how much fun we can have. For those of you who don't know anything about the cargo run modes, essentially what it is it's 5 battles in a row against AI bosses, so here against Ecti Overcharge, and it's basically each one of them has stacking abilities, so the one you get in the 5th round, you can come against the same one of 10 bosses, and you come against 5 different ones in each run, but each different one has a different version depending on whether you encounter them round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they get sort of progressively stronger. So there can be some ridiculous combos that come out in the future, but we're just going to have to see what we get for now. So we're against Ecti Overcharge. They currently just permanently give an ally in range +2 attack. It only targets themselves at the moment, and it also has reduced accuracy as well. And with us playing Zax, all we're going to really do first of all is just move over here and try and move towards this. So this is a crate. We're in a cargo run, we need to pick up some cargo. There's a couple of different types. This one specifically is reducing assist cost by 1. This is a relic, so you get a maximum of 3 of these, the purple ones, and you can sort of see what you want. They're sort of permanent buffs throughout. And this is unit permanently gains max 3 max health rather. So I don't think any of these are particularly great so far. I'm probably going to ignore Bag of Bullets in favour of picking up something else later on. We'll just take our shot here.
Like you're thinking.
Got a crit, which is really nice. Additional health is kind of useful, but the only thing you want to put it on is Esli, and you can only have up to 10 units at once anyway. So we're actually going to place Esli down here. Give it Cinder Infusion, so we've got a little bit more damage. Sorry, it's a little bit more Cinder in the future, and just pass the turn there. So early on, because this can only pump itself up now, okay, they're actually running away, which I'll be honest, I was not expecting. There is a world in which we could potentially get in range to use our gravity disc to pull these together. Okay, so we're going to ignore Bag of Bullets. We might want to add Maximus to the roster. Maximus is pretty powerful. So, is there a good line of sight? There is just about here. And the question is, can we... Okay, so we can't get in range of gravity disc, which means we just need to play around that in future turns. So we did this here. So play around, sorry, with that in mind for future turns rather.
Like
so we want to get SD to be able to move. And I think in order to do that, we're going to chuck and co in order to get us Maximus.
Look who's in charge now!
Now, we can't really be particularly safe here, so let's just go behind these crates, and then they get the minus for the crates and from their own buff. And then next turn, if we can get in range, we'll go for an extra boost. This might actually just kill Esli as well, which is a shame. 21% though, we should have a good chance of living here. And then what we're going to want to do is just try and surround them or take out their units, or figure out ways to just make the most out of this.
Stay sharp.
So unit gaining poison is really, really good for Maximus. So we're going to move. Chuck and Co can't get into range for anything really, so it's just going to move over to here. Try and give Maximus a reasonable line of sight, so we can shoot and then get ourselves into range for this as well with our movement. So Esli's going to need to move. Unfortunately, we might not even be able to get in range, but let's just pop this down and see what we can damage. So Maximus can go here first. Okay, we did get a hit. Again, this meaning that we can't actually get in range is kind of awkward. We could toss this over here, which might give us enough space for Esli to get through. It does not, unfortunately. Right, so SD's just going to have to hide back here. Maximus can come over here, but then we need to find ways of protecting things. So I think what we want to do here is abuse the mines if we can, and just pop down. Crankbait is pretty tough, so we'll pop crankbait down here to try and trap it, give it less chance of getting hit. Cinder Infusion onto Chuck and Co. And I think we're also just going to place the sleeper mine down over here. So this does hit our crankbait and our Chuck and Co as it stands, but the thing to bear in mind is that crankbait's got loads of health and Chuck and Co just has already got armor, so this should be fairly solid. We're obviously going to take damage from Antonia here, and we're just going to hope that they don't get something they can kill using this. If they kill crankbait, that's one of the only ones we don't really care about. I'm not a big crankbait fan, so I feel like now we're in a good spot to actually look at potentially finishing this game. Ooh, have they got a heal? Nano shield. Okay, so now we can't finish this. That actually makes a really big difference here. So, where do we go from here? There's no more things we want to really collect apart from maximum health up there. So I think what we do is we just move in here with Chuck and Go. So Chuck could actually, in theory, die next turn, which is kind of awkward as well. But we need to get line of sight of Titonia to make sure Maximus isn't the one dying. Yeah, because Maximus has got the poison, we just need to really keep him safe. We don't want him to be the one dying at all.
You spent yet?
Do you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to push this back.
Hey, take a break.
I'll try and gravity disc him even further back. And just continue to block off with sleeper mines. And just basically make it so that there's very little that they can actually do to get in range. We don't need to really play anything else out with... we're going to have corrosive next turn as well as all this damage, but maybe we play one more unit out just to be safe. We'll plop Arya back here, so she shouldn't be able to be hit here very easily.
Ooh, it's almost time!
I guess we just move Zax back here. So again, they might be able to kill something with XT overcharge, but the reduced accuracy and things like that will make a difference.
It's their special day.
Yeah. Okay, and they missed the mine as well. So in theory here, we should have this dead to rights. There's no more crates. We didn't see anything else. So we need to spend 8 cinder to make sure we get maximum value here. Chuck and Co can actually get in here, and that's 7 damage just to Chuck and Co on its own. So with Maximus popping around the corner, this should be an easy finish. Come on.
That gave you
Perfect.
a nice
And then
Breaking records
Yeah.
and hearts.
Zax to problem for this. Excellent. There we go. So that's our first round done. Now what you'll notice is that we heal 3 health on all of our crew, and I believe it's the amount of cinder you have left that you heal on your captain. And then anything that we've picked up buff-wise, which, I'll be honest, is only really poison on Maximus, but that's a really good buff to pick up, is going to persist through to the next round. So, into our next round. See what we get here. So you can see here the progression you get, and the reward for doing this is Season Track XP. So, in my current state, I've actually completed the Season Track, so there's no rewards really for doing this at the moment, but the rewards on the Season Track are so good that it's absolutely worth working towards when you can do. I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't want to get all of it.
The chase.
Okay, so Vora is one of the other bosses that we're going to be fighting against, and she is probably one of my nemesis. She's very, very difficult to deal with. I think we're going to go Ironstorm and Medical Recall. So she's only got 3 attack, which is nice, because it means that we don't necessarily just lose Maximus immediately, because we're going to need to try and play Maximus safe, because he can take out any of their real units. So what Vora does is she basically flies, and then she also ignores soft cover when attacking, so she can shoot over things like these crates without even hitting things twice. So her movement is also massive, but because she's played Maximus actually, we can potentially just kill their Maximus. So we can reduce the unit's cost by 4 here, which is nice if we've got a good 2-drop. I probably want to actually cast out on Blindside or Esley next turn.
Like my battle mask.
So what I really want to do here is kill their Maximus, because 2 hits from this is a kill, because the first one's poison. Okay, so we missed, which is very awkward. Which now means I kind of
Wanna have a jam session?
don't have the options that I want to in terms of protecting things.
Still look cool.
Of course we miss Vora as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to place out Tari Arsenal here, with the intention of basically Fate Twister Tantan being a bit of a bait for them. We don't mind if they kill Tantan. Like, if that's what they want to do, that's fine by us. Yep, and then they're going to have to use Maximus as well, because Tantan doesn't do much in these sort of games, and it's worth having basically a backup plan of some sort. So now we've got so Taria, who can probably kill Maximus, and whatever they play here, if it doesn't have armor, we can probably kill with our Maximus. It has armor, of course it does. So what have we got here? Reduce assist cost by 2, reduce unit cost by 4.
Need a moment to take all this.
So Taria can just pop over here and try and get this.
Don't trip me.
We will try and poke Vora. I don't know if we can actually fit around this fully, so let's go for as far back as we can. So this should be our way of trying to get over to one of these. And we're not quite in range to reduce assist
That's
cost
your
up
service.
front. But we can just move back here and make line of sight difficult. We can play Esli over here. And then, because our assists are now reduced, we can just give them minus accuracy every single turn. So we do want to pop Esli over here. I think this is a pretty solid start. Vora just hits like a truck, especially with the increased chance to crit as well. But next turn we should be able to we've got 4. This is Taria 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so whatever the escape hatch here, if it doesn't have armor, it does not have armor, so Maximus can probably just kill this. Heroic Amulet, when a captain destroys a rival, refresh its actions. So that could be really nice if we go for like a big buff strategy. So I actually might try and just pick that up. So we'll finish this up here. For this, I don't think it's particularly likely here that we're going to be able to do this sort of thing, as in like fully be able to ignore all of their sorry, fully be able to activate the Heroic Amulet, but sometimes it really does work. So I mean, we could just make Taria free, but that stops us getting damage in with Esli, so I think we just want to be getting damage in here.
You can't escape the hunt.
And because we're just going to be pushing damage through, I'm just going to get Taria to be free. So
Breaking records
here.
and hearts.
2 more damage. We're going to move over here again to potentially just give something max health and give these couple of ladies a bit less accuracy.
It connects over.
Okay, I think that's everything reasonable we've got to do. So pass the turn, and there's just a very good chance that we end up killing here. We probably should have actually placed differently with Esli, because they could go here and double hit, but... Yeah, so they can actually kill Esli here, which was a very good job we didn't make him free, because we've just messed this up. Please miss. Okay, that's very awkward. That was a mistake on my part, that's some pretty bad positioning. Okay, Tipu, we've got potential. If we can get over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 damage.
Trash is another trash.
Ion Storm. Ooh. Okay. So Ion Storm could be an issue here. I'm going to try and kill Tipu. We just need to get one hit and then we can toss it next turn. That's fine.
Swift as a sexy stream.
Can try and just do this. So I think Taria's going to die. Actually, we can just reroll her. So this is a low chance to hit. Yep. I'm going to go with
Let's review my diet.
toss over on Tipu there. Deal with the damage we need. Try and click here. We missed, but we get some extra health.
Coming through.
We'll bring Arya in back here because it's good for range damage.
I could hide in the corner.
We'll recall Taria.
So defensive.
Reduce accuracy on these ones.
Oh,
And then because Taria is still free, as she was previously, we will pop her... Let's pop her over here just to give Arya a better chance next turn, and we'll pop a Sleeper Line out for good measure. Like I said, the AI loves Sleeper
nothing to
Lines.
see here.
So we might be able to take out Vora next turn. That Indestructible was quite important there.
Sorry, next round.
What I do like is if you look at these, a lot of the time they're actually kit bashed from other models. So like these wings are from Beatrice, which is awesome. And then, so this pose, it's not Maximus, is it? Maximus is sort of the leg up behind, is it?
still
one forward and one up to the left.
fist on the horizon.
It's very similar to Maximus, but not quite. Ooh, Beatrice Enforcer. Okay, so we want to pick up
Want
Beatrice.
me? I'm right over here.
Because Beatrice is a fantastic unit. So we'll just pop into this little gap here and go for the shots. We should have enough damage here to get it.
With you till the end. Delaying
Okay, so
your
we got that.
demise.
This moon's talking to me.
Gravity disc this for 2. Bring this over. Get the toss in.
Ingredient.
Taria can rapid
Sugar,
fire onto
random
Zax,
colors.
and this should be just an easy finish here. So we should have actually medical recalled Chuck and Co, because that would have healed him a bit extra and you'd have actually made it back to full life. So that was a mistake on my part, but other than that, this went pretty well. So one of the things to bear in mind, if you know you can kill the boss, just look for any pickups you can get that would be helpful for you. So really important to make sure you don't lose any value on that front. We're going to go into round 3. Okay, so
Hot, dead, and dead hot.
what we got here? Can't hide your bod from the laser squad. Laser squad is so strong. Like, if you're not prepared to deal with it, it can absolutely hit like a truck. So,
Drinks just go right
given that we
through
can
me.
gain force into here, and it won't exceed maximum, so we're going to put Taria down here.
Okay, go, go, go.
Pop Maximus near the front. Hopefully this should be fairly well. In fact, we'll pop it here so it's fairly well protected.
Methadori
And then
coming
bring
through.
Aria down as well. So,
Please don't
what we
make
did
me
here is this gains us
miserable.
4 Cinder for a one-time use, and the cap is whatever your turn is, so these little dots, plus these 3 at the end. So, gaining 4 Cinder takes us exactly to the most that we can have at that one point in time, and that gives us a really strong opportunity here to Oh wow, I didn't think they'd be able to hit that. Hopefully they missed their last one, otherwise this is, that would have been awkward. I suppose statistically 3 is about right for what they should hit.
Let's set the stage.
Wow, Drum Dance Atali with 4 attack, that is mad.
I've got plans soon.
Okay, so we can get hits on Tatali here. In theory we should get 1.
Ah, piece of shaking
Okay,
a
so we've
hat
just
every
lost our really good
time.
Maximus. But this is where things get
Jam
fun. So
session.
unit permanently gaining 3 attack is very entertaining, seeing as what we do is give it to our Zax,
Surprise!
and then when you
Turns
kill
out
something he
I'm
gets another
awesome.
turn. So this is just going to be a free
Come on, everyone.
bit of extra
Look
damage.
alive.
So we're now from 2 attack up to 5. So if we get the final hit on something, we get to refresh this as well.
Got a tad on my
Oh my
mind.
goodness, we're missing everything. So we're going to pop Beatrice up here and try and encourage them to shoot Beatrice rather than
Of
Maximus,
course,
basically.
it's safe to drink.
I guess Taria comes up and takes a pot shot somewhere. Let's go for this. No. Okay, that was a really unsuccessful turn in terms of shooting, but yeah, this is the right choice. Okay, so they're going to go for their 2 other shots up close, so they're not going to miss one of these. Maximus is
better?
gone. R.I.P. Poison Max. I thought we'd have hit at least one of these onto Tali. That actually changes our top significantly.
No match for these.
That crit is
cinder
nice.
thrusts.
So because of that crit,
Finely crafted
what
cinder.
we can do is we can
I'm
move
the
the Zax,
Cinder Whisperer.
we can get a crit onto this. Or sorry, just a hit onto this,
I see you.
and then that refreshes our abilities. So we could have potentially used other things
My
first, but we
stomach
were more
is
worried
in
about
revolt.
actually killing things. So we've now got
Connect sober.
3, 8, I'd say 11 damage here. So if we get Aria over here,
Who
Beatrice to
designed
pop
this
in over
outfit?
here, we just want to make sure we leave a line of sight for Zax, so we want to be as far away as possible. Get that 3.
Just look like you're thinking.
Zax can move over here and get his other 5. We refresh again. We'll shoot the laser squad. And then, honestly, with nothing else to cast, I think I'm just going to try and pop a mine down here and keep them stuck in place, and then we'll just move to the other side.
People coming through.
Oh, of course, we've got Taria as well. In fact, Taria can just
Okay, got it,
seize
got it.
initiative on
Didn't need to get
herself,
your
so we should have done this somewhere else, but we could have got damage out of it. but pushing a little bit further seems good to me. So we've got Nano Shield next turn, so whatever we want to live can live. Oh, okay, so they're going for the mine again. Interesting.
Good job.
So this is why that I've said before that I think that Zax is something you can cheese a little bit. Okay, so we've got another option to get you Tantum, but what we want to do here is still just push onto their captive. So we'll shoot topside, refresh our actions. Probably going to move back slightly, but what we can do, because we've now got 5 damage on our captain, we can seize initiative here. We have huge damage in this front, and then it shouldn't be much harder to actually get
teensy breaks.
the lethal shots out for ourselves as well. So this from
Oh
Mario,
yeah.
and this
You're
from
the
Mario.
boss one.
So we didn't pick up Tantum because you can only have 8 units on your bridge, and we didn't want him. Axel Pyro I might have considered. Esthi I should have actually gone and got. I didn't even realise that was there. So again, this is the one thing I always do wrong, is forgetting to pick up things at the end of the run, basically. But we've got our captain buffed. He's got refresh abilities. We've actually got less crew than we started with, but at least Taria's free. And we've got 2 runs left. So let's see if we can clear one of these out and basically get ourselves what would be that sweet, sweet XP. What we're looking for here is there's a, I want to say, is it a heroic amulet? There's another amulet, glowing amulet, I think. And what that does is actually refreshes your captain abilities again, so you can just refresh over and over and over again. Because we're against weapons array, that's not one we're really scared of. We'll just take Blink and Ironstorm. Yeah, because we're more worried about killing the individual models. In fact, let's take Orbital and Disruptor. Disruptor's really good. Okay, so we're going first. Pop over here, and we're just going to place Tower Arsenal as far forward as possible. So the Aegis weapons array is actually the easiest to defeat of all the bosses in my opinion. You can see here it's actually the defense dome at the bottom, with a few just gutters and stuff on it.
They'll know what hit them.
Because they played a turret down to your gauntlet. Now, where were those crates? We've got unit permanently gains attack, unit permanently gains attack. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop a Disruptor Beam over this way.
Oh, dang!
Move Zax into the middle. I'm actually just going to spend my turn bringing everything onto Zax. So this should be the best option. He gets everything immediately. So now we're up to 8 attacks on Zax, that should be. And when he attacks, he refreshes his abilities as well. So we've got 0% on 20 of these, so we'll just take a pot shot and move back. Because in conjunction with Taria, Zax can now shoot an absolute ton of damage out consistently. We're just going to save our Cinder because Chuck and Co is quite useful, so we'll do that. But yeah, so we can shoot 8 damage. If it kills a unit, we attack again. And then with Taria, we can do 16 damage, and if it kills a unit, we attack again. It's absolutely bonkers. So is it when it destroys a rival? So it doesn't specifically say crew, so I'm not sure how that will work. But let's just pop this down here. The AI doesn't move as much as some real-life enemies would do. Let's just take a pot shot here, 50%. Got it, so that means we can move again. Given that we can move again, do we just go for the rapid fire onto Beatrice? Why not? This in theory could actually kill Beatrice with either of these hitting with 11%. It's not likely.
Still
No, we
adjusting
did
to
miss,
robot
that's fine.
arms.
And we're just going to pop our own Beatrice down over here.
Ready for
And then I
swift
guess
action.
Taria wants to join the party, keep Zax going.
Beep beep.
She can shoot nothing, really. Let's just end the turn. Okay. So this is a really good setup. I'm pretty happy with how this looks. So here, because we've got potential rapid fire as well, we might be able to absolutely just decimate their forces here. I'm really curious as to whether this triggers off of what's this? Okay, hands-free device we're not as bothered by. Hands-free device basically gives everyone the grappling hook. We could do with another Maximus, so can we deploy something for 2 Cinder? Can't.
Stay on your
We
toes.
might be able to disrupt her into that range, but honestly, I think we just don't worry about Maximus and just go for some kills here. So Beatrice almost just wants to move out of the way. we'll bring this over here. Okay, I think we might actually even need to just... Let's gravity disc ourselves in a little bit. Get that better angle. So, rather than a 40%, 56 with rapid fire seems better.
My lesson this hand will not forget.
Now this is where we find out if this counts against the these things.
Calm down, let's chat.
It does. Okay, so we can just really move around everywhere we want to here. We're going to place... In fact, we don't even need Sleeper Mines. We're just going to kill Beatrice. Move over here. I'm going to give some big shots here. Perfect.
Beep beep.
And then I guess we just take another
Anyone
pot
else
shot from this
shaking?
angle. I don't think we really need much else from here. Pop a gravity mine at the back. So this is the strength of having things like Heroic Amulet when you buff your captain. Or like I said, the Cinder Bracelet, I think it is... Oh, Cinder Bracelet might just be free abilities, I can't quite remember, but... Things like this is what we're working towards. Okay, so what's this? Booby Tracked Igniters we don't care about. Furia's kind of okay. I think we're just all in
This
on
moon's talking to me.
Maximus here. So let's just take this shot. Ending it there. So this has gone really quite rapidly, quite quickly. As you can see, this might... Well, this is the most efficient way of actually getting the Season Pass XP, and you can have a lot of fun doing it. We're making a little Voltron Zax. What we'd like is also potentially just Rapid Fire. You can get Rapid Fire in a crate to pop it on Zax himself. We're going into our last boss now, and seeing if we can take him out pretty much entirely with Zax and a free Taria every single game. So, I'm looking forward to when they do get a few more things added to Cargo Run. There's a lot of potential here, so hopefully that'll be something we get to see in the future. Range Shinkang. So, this guy hits like a truck. He basically, his attack is equal to his Unspent Cinder, and we don't have a movement assist here, so I think we almost just want to go with Blink and just go for as aggressive of a start as possible.
Need a moment to take all.
So we've got a Jailbreak we can pick up for free. We're going to just because there's no reason not to with a free Taria. We get extra
Sleep
units,
last night.
and then we don't have anything to blink, so we'll just pass the turn here. And luckily Jailbreak being airborne means he can move quite far, and it's actually quite useful to deal with range shifting as well. Cinder Bracelet, Captain abilities are free, so Jailbreak is going to pick that up. And then this is Glowing Armlet, so that's the other one that we wanted. So for our very final game, we've actually got everything that we could possibly need.
Drop it a hot one.
We can refresh our abilities.
Drinks just go right through me.
We can move this way. We can even gravity disc ourselves further and try and get a better line of sight for future. So we obviously don't quite have line of sight there, but we can place a Sleeper Mine out.
Think fast.
And we could even place a Beatrice sort of right up here.
Stay on your
Here
toes.
is just move Taria up and take a pot shot. So I think the chances of us losing this from here are very, very
What have we
slim.
got here?
We've got minimum of 16 damage every turn, and potentially more coming as well. If we can get back into range of Taria, which we will be absolutely trying to do, that's enough damage to kill them in one turn. So if we can bring Taria over here, gravity disc her towards us, with this, we can just hit like a truck. So I think, oh, there's also just free
Breaking
rapid fire and
records
pummel.
and hearts.
So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull them that way, I think, in a moment. So we want to move out first to make sure we get this first. And this is just almost, I think, game over right away. Because this should be 16 damage on its own. Okay, we missed, but we're not out of it yet. Because we can refresh our abilities. Moving close. Get another 16 damage in.
I see you.
We can plink.
Nice.
Need a stim pop?
Can we gravity disc Beatrice into range? Beatrice can just hit. Perfect.
Want to have a jam session?
And then we should be able to gravity disc these two together somehow. Maybe not quite, actually. Maybe we're slightly out of range of what we wanted. So we might have to just bring Taria up. Rapid fire herself.
Okay, got it. Didn't mean to get in your
And try and
space.
get that last 1 point of damage in. There we go. That was a really quick finale. We got Zax buffed up massively. It was awesome. So that was a really fun little cargo run. It's taken almost exactly half an hour. These are like the perfect combination of abilities as well. I don't think I've ever even had this before in all three of them together.
Drinks just go right through
And that
me.
absolutely just blows the season track XP out the water. So obviously we don't get any here, but you get 500 for completing a cargo run. So that's a lot of progress on this one. I don't know if we can even still see what the actual levels were. No, it doesn't tell you how much the XP was, but the early ones are a couple of hundred, the late ones are a couple of thousand, so a few of those and you can be blasting through the season track. So that's sort of an idea of what to do in Cargo Run. I love it, I think it's great fun. I'm going to be doing a few more of these to sort of keep things a bit fresh, rather than just seeing sort of the same sort of PvP content. We're going to do a bit more variety as well. If you've got things you want me to try in a Cargo Run, let me know and I'll keep an eye out for different synergies. If you've got like favourite combos, I will try my best to work on all of those. So make sure you subscribe. I really am appreciating every single sub that we get. I'm really pushing to try and get my next goal is 250. We've just hit our first 100 and I would love to have a Moonbreaker dedicated channel get to that level of following just based on Moonbreaker content. It's a really good sign for the game. Other than that, like and comment it, and most of all, have a good day.